Now, I think that Trump has already been hit up by Diddy to try to get him out. And he said, I don't know about that. He said some pretty nasty things about me, my first election.
No, not that he did nasty things. That you said nasty things about me.
Yes.
It's that transactional.
Right.
Not that you said nasty things about, that you've done things that hurt the country, or that there's a victim attached to what you did, or that it needs to be penalty of law. That you said things I didn't like.
Right.
That's
That's kind of wild, actually. He's not addressing the crime at all. He's like, I would have pardoned him regardless of what he did, but
he said bad things to me.
He hurt my feelings.
He's King Joffrey. I swear to God. Everything he does is for revenge or self-aggrandizement or to enrich himself.
I mean, do you think that Trump will actually pardon him, though?
I think that in this world, I think that the line has been blurred so much between criminality. One thing's for sure, that America most certainly doesn't care about women victims. That we already know that America doesn't care about them. And now we're learning that they don't care about children. Because, 80% of registered sex offenders in America are middle-aged white dudes, and also that the half of Republicans say they would vote for him whether he was in the Epstein files or not. So what that tells you is that there's a low regard for people who have been victimized, particularly by powerful people. Like, we know who's in the Epstein files because we know who ain't. Because if it was black people or brown people, we know all about it. We know how powerful they are. They're so powerful that no one can say their names.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Trump is in the files, right?
Of course.
That was the whole point.
Of course.
Yeah.
And let's not, any man who grab him by the pussy, any man who would say, grab him by the pussy, and you would excuse that, any man who has dozens of sexual assault, allegations, any man who's found liable for sexual battery has, I think that he has a rapey spirit. And the people who are around him, who, from RFK, it used to be a time that the allegations of being sexually inappropriate would be enough to disqualify you. Clearly, that's not the case now.
Okay, what about RFK?
He was accused of being sexually inappropriate with, I think, his maid. And the thing about RFK is, like that whole last week when they said Tylenol's bad for you, I'm not gonna let a dude who did heroin for 15 years tell me what to put in my body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you did heroin for 15 years and you think Tylenol fucked up? Plus, I can't understand why a dude, how you a minister of health and I can't understand one thing you say, you know what, damn a vaccine, you need a Secrets or a Lozenger.
He's got a
I don't care what he got. That's the thing. Every time I hear him, I want to sing, let me clear my throat. Every time I hear him.
Let me clear my throat.
How come every
DJ
time
Cool reference in this thing?
I'm like, how? I just need him to go like this.
Let me clear my throat.
One good, like, come on, man. It's like the people that are supposed to protect this country, the people that are supposed to guide us along this path and be shepherds of this nation are the most morally bankrupt, inept human beings. It's the most inept, mediocre group of white men ever assembled.
Ever.
At the head of a nation? No, there's never been somebody like this. Like, we're talking about, and the only qualification is fealty. You ain't got to be good at your job. Not one of the people who's in any position in has ever been good at it before. Like Hespers, like what was he in charge of? Like,
yeah,
you did a podcast and now all of a sudden you're Secretary of Defense. And everybody's talking about DEI, stop it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the head of the FBI. Was it Kash Patel? Well, he has no law enforcement experience.
At all.
At all.
Do you know what's so funny about Kash Patel? So he put out this tweet about Assata Shakur. Right? Remember that? He was 1 year old when Assata Shakur was escaped from the jail in New Jersey. He was 5 years old or 6 years old when she was granted asylum by Cuba. But when Dylan Roof murdered all those people at Mother Maranatha in Charleston, South Carolina, he was a prosecutor in the counterterrorism division, but he didn't know anything about Dylan Roof. But he knew everything about Assata Shakur when he was 1 year old. He didn't know anything about a domestic terrorist, Dylan Roof. So that tells you about his purview of what he believes is dangerous or not.
Well, to be fair, I looked into the Assata Shakur story. It's pretty crazy.
It is crazy. I'm not saying it's not
crazy.
But the fact that you invested in a black revolutionary, but you don't know anything about a white domestic terrorist, tells you, like, I can say that both things, are noteworthy. But the fact that you only know one, this man killed 9 people in the church he was prepping.
So he knew nothing about Dylan Roof.
He know. Look it up. He was at the.
I believe you.
And he's like, "Who is that? And you're the director of the FBI."
Right.
And we're now talking about domestic terrorism. Even what happened in the previous, like that has been going on in the last week. Christopher Wray, who was the former head of the FBI, talked about domestic terrorism and how white nationalists and white supremacists were at the spearhead of it. So how don't you know any of that?